General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, March 18th, tease that Josslyn is about to receive a check, and at first glance, it seems like just a regular sum of money. However, in reality, it's the key to a series of mysteries quietly surrounding her life. When Vaughn appears with a new story, everything starts to get more complicated than ever before. Josslyn's return to Port Charles is not just an ordinary event, it's the beginning of a series of troubles that could shake the entire town. From the moment Josslyn steps back into Port Charles, she feels that something is off. The watchful eyes, the seemingly coincidental yet loaded encounters, and now this mysterious check from an unknown source. This is not just a random payment, it carries a message, a sign that someone is trying to attract her attention or trying to control her in some way. The big question is, who sent this check, and why now? Josslyn has never been one to accept things with unclear origins, and this time, her instincts tell her that something is seriously wrong. But the more she investigates, the more she realizes that she has inadvertently been drawn into a dangerous spiral that she never anticipated. Vaughn shows up at just the right moment, and it seems that he holds part of the truth that Josslyn doesn't know. But who is Vaughn? Is he someone trying to help her, or is he a figure lurking in the shadows, watching her from afar, now revealing himself? When Josslyn tries to confront Vaughn for answers, he neither denies nor confirms anything clearly, leaving her even more confused. The crisis escalates as Josslyn realizes that she can no longer trust anyone. If Vaughn is truly connected to this check, it means she may have unknowingly walked into a dangerous game, a conspiracy that could change her life forever. And if this money came from someone in the past, someone trying to buy her off, or even threaten her? Questions flood Josslyn's mind, and she knows she can't ignore this. If she doesn't uncover the truth, she might become the next victim in a larger plan, a game she never wanted to play. But can she trust Vaughn? Is he someone protecting her, or just a pawn in someone else's game? Everything is becoming more dangerous than ever, and Josslyn doesn't have much time to decide what to do next. If she doesn't act soon, she might lose her only chance to take control and find out who is really behind this check. One thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same again as Josslyn starts to follow the trail of this mysterious money. If she's not careful, she could be about to set off a storm bigger than anything she ever imagined, and once everything explodes, no one will be able to predict just how catastrophic the consequences will be. Chase is facing a terrible truth, a secret that could completely change the way he sees Brooke Lynn, her past, and everything they have been through together. When a shocking secret is revealed, it not only affects Brooke Lynn but forces Chase to reevaluate everything he once believed, everything he thought could never change. This is not just a simple change, it's a real crisis, a shock that could shatter everything Chase thought he understood about the woman he loves. Until now, Chase always believed he knew Brooke Lynn inside out, that there were no secrets left between them that could tear their relationship apart. But the truth about Brooke Lynn's real identity, about the secrets she's been hiding all along, has made everything more complicated than ever. Chase feels not only betrayed, but he's faced with a bitter reality that Brooke Lynn never trusted him enough to share everything with him from the start. Why did she hide things from him? Why did she decide to face this alone without letting him stand by her side? But this is not just a story between Chase and Brooke Lynn. A new force has emerged, pushing things toward an explosion like never before. Gio. The innocent boy, who is gradually becoming the center of all disputes, has now become the target that Brooke Lynn must protect at all costs. She cannot let Gio be pulled into this dangerous whirlpool, but at the same time, she cannot afford to lose Chase in the fight to protect what she holds dearest. Brooke Lynn has never been one to give up, and this time is no exception. She's ready to stand up and fight for Gio, no matter the dangers waiting ahead. But what she didn't anticipate was that this fight would not be easy, and those targeting Gio would stop at nothing to achieve their goal. Brooke Lynn knows she can't fight alone, but can she convince Chase to stand by her side after everything that has happened? While Brooke Lynn is putting all her strength into protecting Gio, Chase is standing at the most important crossroads of his life. He feels torn between his love for Brooke Lynn and the pain of being kept in the dark for so long. If he chooses to move forward with Brooke Lynn, he will have to overcome all the hurt and doubt in his heart. But if he decides to walk away from her, it means leaving her to face the dangerous forces surrounding them alone. Whatever Chase decides, he knows that his choice will change everything forever. The deeper he digs into the truth, the more he realizes that things are not as simple as they seem. Brooklyn is not just hiding one secret, she's hiding a battle she's been carrying on her own all this time. And now, she can't carry it alone anymore. She needs Chase. She needs an ally, someone who can help her protect Gio and stop whatever is about to happen. But Chase is too heartbroken. He loves Brooklyn, but will love be enough for him to overlook these lies? Can he trust her again, despite everything he's been through? Things have gone beyond control now, and Port Charles is about to enter a tense showdown. No one knows who will come out on top, but one thing is certain, once the truth is exposed, nothing will ever be the same. Chase is facing an irreversible choice, and Brooklyn is facing a battle that could change her life forever. A secret has been revealed, a new war is unfolding, and once this explosion happens, no one can predict who will suffer the most. Sasha decides that it's time to be straightforward with Jason, as she can no longer postpone important plans regarding the future of her unborn child. She needs to chart a clear path forward, to prepare thoroughly for the birth, and most importantly, she needs to understand where Jason truly stands in all of this. But when Sasha makes this decision, she has no idea that her conversation with Jason will become a turning point that leads to a series of uncontrollable consequences. Jason, who has been playing the role of the child's surrogate father, has always tried to keep his emotions at a certain distance. He isn't the biological father, but over time, he has unknowingly stepped into that role, becoming a support for Sasha in a way no one else could. He knows that Sasha has suffered a lot of loss, and if she needs someone to be there to make her feel safe, he's willing to take on that responsibility. But this is not the life Jason had imagined for himself, and he knows that once Sasha lays out the future plans, he will also have to make his own choice. When Sasha opens up about her future and the baby, things begin to take a turn she can't control. Jason doesn't respond the way she expected. Instead, he asks questions that Sasha isn't yet ready to answer. He wants to know how she truly sees his role. Does she really need him, or is this just a way for her to feel less lonely? Sasha can't deny that Jason's presence has made her feel stronger, but she doesn't want to tie him to a role he doesn't truly want to take on. She wants to control her future on her own, to ensure that any decisions she makes come from her true desires, not from the pressure or expectations of anyone else. But Jason is not as simple as she thought. He's facing his own internal conflicts, things he never imagined he would have to go through. Everything quickly escalates into a new disaster when Jason realizes that he's become too deeply involved in this story. He can't just leave without feeling guilty, but he also can't stay without feeling like he's betraying himself. He has spent his life avoiding unnecessary entanglements, but now, he can't walk away from Sasha when she needs him the most. The tension between them continues to rise, as Sasha isn't sure if she can continue relying on Jason. She doesn't want to be a burden to him, but she also can't pretend he isn't important. Jason, meanwhile, begins to realize he's at a crossroads, a turning point that could change his life forever. Is he willing to step into the role of a father, even if not in the way he imagined? Or will he choose to protect himself and leave Sasha's life before it's too late? Sasha knows she has to face her future on her own, but the biggest question is whether she will do that with or without Jason by her side. She wants to believe he will stay, but she doesn't want to force him into choosing something he doesn't truly want. But one thing is clear, everything has changed, and neither of them can go back to the way things were. Once the situation explodes, no one can predict what will happen next. Will Jason accept the role he's been trying to avoid? Or will Sasha have to face a future she never imagined she'd go through alone? One thing is certain, Port Charles is about to witness an emotionally charged confrontation, and once the truth comes to light, no one will be able to escape the consequences. Valentin hopes that the information he holds might be valuable, a trump card that could help him not only protect himself but also change the entire dynamic of the dangerous game he's been drawn into. He knows that time is running out, and if he doesn't act now, things could spiral out of control in ways no one could foresee. Valentin is no stranger to power struggles. He has faced dangerous enemies before, manipulated difficult situations to gain the upper hand. But this time, things are completely different. What he's holding isn't just a piece of information that could cause some trouble for his opponents. This is the key that could unlock a much bigger conspiracy, a plan that could completely alter the underworld landscape in Port Charles. Meanwhile, Anna is facing a shocking revelation. Brennan's plans are not only more complex than she thought, but also far more dangerous. He isn't just playing a power game, he's making bold moves that could have unpredictable consequences. Anna has spent her career dealing with people like Brennan, but this time, she feels like she's walking into a battle for which she wasn't fully prepared. Valentin can't stand on the sidelines. He knows that if he doesn't get his information to Anna quickly, everything could go terribly wrong. But at the same time, he also knows that even if they have the information, it doesn't mean they'll win. Brennan is smart, and he's likely already anticipated their every move. Anna realizes that she can't act rashly. A wrong move could put her directly in Brennan's sights in a way she can't escape from. But the deeper she investigates, the more she feels like she's walking into a battle with no way out. Brennan's plans aren't just political schemes or power plays, they involve a range of activities that could cost everyone in Port Charles dearly. What's more concerning is that if Valentin is right, Anna has likely been under surveillance from the very beginning. She may not just be an obstacle in Brennan's plan, she could be the primary target he wants to eliminate. And if that's true, things are even more dangerous than she imagined. The biggest question now is, who is Brennan really targeting? Anna? Valentin? Or both? If he already knows they're investigating him, he may be several steps ahead of them, and everything they're doing might just be chasing a trap that's already been set. The tension between Anna and Valentin escalates as they both realize they have very few options. They can't trust anyone, but at the same time, they can't fight this battle alone without each other's support. Valentin may have risked everything to bring Anna the information, but will that be enough to stop Brennan's plan? And more importantly, has it already become too late to stop what's about to happen? Brennan isn't just executing a plan, he's adjusting every detail to ensure that things go according to his wishes. If they don't act quickly, not only will they be in danger, but all of Port Charles could be plunged into an uncontrollable crisis. Valentin and Anna are now at a crucial decision point. They can wait longer to gather more evidence, but that might mean losing their one chance to stop Brennan before he acts. Or, they can act immediately, but that might make them the first targets to be taken down. The question is no longer whether they can stop Brennan, but whether they can survive this challenge. One thing is certain, Port Charles is about to enter a period of great upheaval, and once everything explodes, no one can predict how horrific the consequences will be. Lucas is truly feeling ashamed, a heavy feeling weighing on him as harsh truths slowly come to light. He never thought he would be drawn into such a complicated and troubled story, especially when it involves Brad, the man he once trusted, once loved, and even fought to protect. But now, that trust is being shaken to the core, and Lucas can no longer ignore what he's discovering. It all began when Lucas overheard some shady conversations between Marco and Brad. Marco isn't a stranger, but Lucas never really looked into him deeply. He just knew that Marco always had an eerie presence, always standing in the shadows, seeming to know more than he let on. But now, Marco's story is slowly unfolding, and that's dragging Lucas into a whirlwind of suspicion and confusion. The secrets Lucas uncovers don't just relate to Brad's past mistakes, they open a door to a far more complicated conspiracy. A crime is being uncovered, and Brad seems to be more involved than Lucas ever thought. But is Brad truly guilty? Or is he just a pawn in a much larger plan? Lucas doesn't know the answer, but he can't ignore the fact that the man he once loved is now caught up in something far more dangerous than he ever imagined. The explosion of this secret could change Brad's life forever, but more importantly, it could throw Lucas into a battle he never prepared himself for. Lucas feels betrayed, used, and most of all, dragged into a story he never wanted to be part of. He once trusted Brad, fought to protect him, but now, as everything comes to light, Lucas can't help but feel pain and anger. How can he continue to stand by someone who's hiding secrets that could destroy both of their lives? The deeper Lucas digs into the truth, the more he realizes that things aren't as simple as they seem. Brad may not be the mastermind, but he certainly knows more than he's letting on. Marco may be more dangerous than Lucas thought, but is he the one truly pulling the strings, or is he just another pawn in a larger game? Lucas doesn't know who he can trust anymore. He feels like he's standing between two lines. One side is the truth he must face, and the other is a past he's not ready to let go of. If he continues investigating, he may uncover the whole truth, but that could mean turning his back on Brad forever. If he chooses silence, he might protect the man he once loved, but can he live with himself and knowing he's covering up a dark secret? As the secrets begin to surface, Lucas realizes he has no choice but to face the truth. He can't keep hiding, can't keep running. This secret not only affects Brad, it could change Lucas' life forever. One thing is certain, Port Charles is about to face a major explosion, and Lucas only has one choice: stay out of it, or step into a battle he was never ready for. Once the truth is exposed, no one can predict how horrific the consequences will be.